Let's continue working on the gun by seeing what we can do with this ammo box brace here. Let me bring back the reference images here, and it looks like the ammo box brace is pretty banged up. I don't know if I'm going to get it just like this. I think I want to maybe add a bit of rust as well, so let's see what we can do with it. I'll select this group and add a new group. Let's call this ammo box brace, and let's right click, add mask with color selection, pick a color, and we'll select that blue. Now, since it's got quite a bit of damage on it, I think I'll use that painted metal because it has quite a few settings in there for different kinds of wear and tear. So there's that. It's not, of course, the right color that we want. Let's go ahead and click on the eyedropper and drag over here, and let's see if we can find a color that's at least close. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's now drag down the value and maybe bring that down just a bit. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to work. Now, for the wear and tear on it, let's try and increase the scale, and maybe that'll kind of distribute the effect across the object a little more. Let's click here and drag. Yeah, so you can see it kind of dispersing it across the object, and that's kind of not bad. That's kind of what I wanted. Let's see if there's anything more we can do here. What if we, let me see what this large dents does. I haven't played with this. Let's increase this some and see what happens. Well, not a lot. Oh, I can see. You can see there's kind of this dent happening here as you move the light around. Yeah, you can kind of see that here. I kind of like that, actually. Okay, I'll go with that. It's amazing what you can find in here sometimes. How about the dust amount? Let's increase that. See what that gives us. We can also increase the grunge. Oh yeah, the dust gave us a little bit more there. How about grunge? If we increase that, what does that do? Well, a little bit, not a lot. I think that's probably pretty good. I think I don't want to, I don't know that I want to beat it up too much more there. All right, let's go with that. I think I kind of like that. Oh, these little bolts right in here. I forgot about these. What if we, let's take a look over here. Yeah, it's just a steel, kind of a silver steel thing. What if we used steel rough? Let's try that. I'll just create a whole new group here for this, and we'll just call these bolts. And let's select that color right there. And I'm just going to take this steel rough and drag it onto that group. There we go. Let's increase the scale. See if it does anything there. Yeah, so we get just a little bit of interest there. That's all we need. Maybe we'll increase the roughness so it isn't quite so shiny. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that should be fine. What about the handle? It kind of seems like it's a similar thing to, well, to the bracket maybe, or it's really hard to know exactly what this is. Maybe, frankly, I don't need a different material for this. Maybe what I should do is just create a new group here. We'll call this ammo box handle. And let's go ahead and select that color. I went ahead and added a different vertex color at the time because I thought maybe I wanted a different color to that. But if we scroll down, I might just want to grab this right here, this steel painted, copy it, and put it up into here. Let's do that and paste. Oh, it went above that group, so it applied to everything. Let's drag it back down into here. There we go. So it's just the same thing for the handle. That's all. I don't think I need anything else for that. I got a little ambitious applying the vertex groups, I think. For this here, the brace that connects to that front panel, what we really need is just the same material as the vehicle. And we can do just the same thing we did here. We can just copy that whole thing and bring it in here because, let me pull this menu down. If we scroll down and choose ID under the mesh maps, we can see our colors here. And if I copy that main vehicle group from the other texture set and paste it into here, it'll then find this green color, since it's the same as the vehicle, and it'll apply it to this here. So let's try that. I'm going to go back up to the material here. And then let's go over to the vehicle. Now, I don't even have to unhide it here. I can just select the vehicle. And then let's scroll down and find that vehicle group right here. Now, we can just right-click, copy layers, and now let's go back to the gun. I'll select the top group here. And let's just right-click and choose Paste. And there we go. It applies that material to that brace. So it'll be just the same as the vehicle. So if I unhide the vehicle and tumble around a bit, there we go. Now you can see that brace is the exact same color. All right, let me turn off the vehicle here and let's go in and work on these handles here. I think this is the last thing we need to do. Let me turn the light around here like that. All right. So now let's select that group, create a new group. We'll call it handles. And we'll add a color selection, pick the color, do that. Okay, so now what do we want here? We've got wood, I think, here on the handles. So let's go ahead and type in wood down here and see what we get. We've got what do we have here? We've got planks. Well, we don't want that. Rotten wood, which actually looks kind of cool. We've got wood rough. That's kind of good too. What is this? Wood walnut. I mean, that has the right color, but I don't know if it's that pretty and that pristine. Let's try wood rough, and then what let's do is we'll try and make the color a little bit darker to see how that works. So let's click and drag onto the handles here. And then let's come down here and increase the scale. Let's do that. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, we got a couple of issues here going on. First of all, it's going in the wrong direction, right? It's going horizontally and we want it to go vertically. So let's come over here to the UV transformations, and under rotation, let's type in 90 degrees. And that helps that. So let's drag here, but look at what we're seeing right here. What is that? That is a UV seam. So I guess I put a UV seam right here where it can be seen by everyone. And that's probably not a good thing, right? We don't want our seams to show that prominently on the object here, right there, right? You can see those. So what can we do with that? Well, there is a very nice little setting right down here under Fill, Projection. And you can see here we've got UV projection, but what it can also do is this triplanar projection. And if we click on that, check this out. That cleans that up, and then if we adjust the scale some more, yeah, so now we've got a nice clean texture there without that UV seam. So not only do you want to hide your seams in Blender, but if you do have a problem, you can come over here and choose triplanar, and that usually cleans up problem UV seams. All right, let's take a look over here. Well, now what have we got here? Here's a problem. We have turned this 90 degrees so that the texture works properly on the handles, right? But once we did that, we've got the texture going the wrong direction on this handle. And we've given these the same vertex colors, so they're going to apply to everything at the same time. That really may not be what we want. So we're going to have to deal with that. Let me first of all come over here and drag this value down to make these a little bit darker. Maybe something like this. Also, if we turned off the height right here, We don't have a normal map on these, but we do have a height map. If we turn this off, that'll clean that up some so it isn't quite so displaced there. That makes it a little bit smoother, and that's probably the kind of thing we want. Yeah, something like that. All right, those are good, but as we said, this right here, we're going to have to figure out a way to turn this texture without turning these back here. And to do that, we're going to have to go back into Blender and give this a new vertex color. And in doing that, we can create a new group and give it the same texture, but turn it a different way. Turn it 90 degrees. So how do we do that? How do we go back to Blender, change a vertex color, and then bring it back in? Well, Substance Painter has actually a pretty nice process to do that. So in the next video, we'll go over that.